Get that Olipop. Not sponsored, but I love them. What's up, guys? So it's been a little bit since I've recorded any type of video, but I'm back now and I am wanting to pump these out. I have so many ideas and everything planned. Life has just been so busy, but here I am and I'm very excited to be back on BookTube and to be creating content and videos for you guys, and just to be talking about my favorite books. So in the last video I said that one of the things that I'm going to be doing is challenging myself to read the Throne of Glass series, because I have been stuck on the second book for like 3 years. It's not my favorite. It's still not my favorite, but I have news for you. I read it. I was in Tennessee with my friends the other day, and she forced, not the other day, but like a week ago, and she said, Julia, while you're down here, I'm forcing you to read this series. You can't read the books that you brought. You need to read, you need to finish the Throne of Glass. So I was like, okay. So I did. Only like the last 100 pages of it. It was a struggle for me, but now I'm on Heir, guys, and I love it so much. I've been loving this book. It's not my favorite book I've ever read. It is a fun, like, young adult fantasy. I really have been enjoying it. I really like the forced training arc between Kale and not Kale between Rowan and Selena, however you say her name. I really like that, and I have like the last 150 pages or so left, so I'm very excited. Probably going to be finishing this book today, and that is why I pulled you out, because I wanted to say hello, and I just wanted to give you guys an update on like how things are going, and just give you like a quick little reading vlog. Because I've also just been reading a lot. Wanted to give you some updates on that whole thing. I'm also in the middle of several other series right now. I'm in the middle of The Wheel of Time. I started Lord of Chaos, which is behind you guys. So I started Lord of Chaos in The Wheel of Time, and I'm also almost finished with it. Also probably have around 200 pages left, a little bit under 200 pages, like 180 pages left in this book, but I paused it because I was in Tennessee and my friends wanted me to pick this up. So those are the two fantasy series that I'm in the middle of right now. The reason why I picked up Wheel of Time again after I took like a year break. Did I read? Yeah. Okay, I took about like 6 months of a break because I read fifth book. And it was good, and I liked it, but I was like, I kind of need a break. I've been reading these books continually for like a year, and I don't want to get burnt out because I love them, and I feel like if I continue pushing myself to read these, I will get burnt out, and I won't love them as much. And so I'm going to pick it up when I feel like I want it. And so I picked it up because I felt like I wanted a cozy, familiar, like, fantasy, because honestly, these books have become like home to me. They're my comfort characters now, and I love them. Also, before I read this book, I read New Spring, which is book 0. I read that between 5 and 6, which is recommended by Daniel Green, and I absolutely loved the placement of that book. I thought it was very good with everything that came out of everything that happened in book 5. The real ones who have read it, they know. It was such good. It was a fun little story about Lan and Moraine and just their whole friendship and how Lan became Moraine's warder, and it was just so good. I laughed out loud so many times, and also in this book I have laughed out loud so many times. Have felt so many emotions, and I love every single one of these characters so much. The only character that I don't particularly love is Perrin, and that's because I feel like he's whining constantly. And then the other character that just gets on my nerves, I love her, but she gets on my nerves, is Nynaeve. And all of her braid tugging is just... But this is the video of today, is Heir. Let's talk about it. Let's finish it. Also, for my Christian girlies, and family who is watching this and reading this and wants to know more about this stuff, there are some scenes that are PG-13. I would say. Let's get to it. You know, I'm outside right now. It's a lovely, beautiful sunny day. One thing that I would like to say is the way that they approach Faye in this book. It's interesting to me. For the Fae, don't particularly love it, but it's there, so I can't do anything about it. What just happened? I can't say what happened without giving spoilers. I'm not meaning to smile because what happened was horrible, but like, what just happened? I'm on chapter 48. So those who have read the book, like, that's heartbreaking. It's crazy. Was not called, didn't call that, called almost everything that happened in the second book, but did not call this, man. I kind of could have guessed it looking back. I should have guessed it. Wow. The dog is looking at me like I'm crazy. That's crazy. I don't blame her. Really, really mad at the king right now. That is not okay. That is not okay, Kylo. Don't kiss me while I'm trying to read. This is heavy. I'm gonna cry. The whole conductor and the theater and the songs, that's what got me. Oh my gosh. Oh, that's so gross. Oh, thank God. You guys, I had to sit with this for a bit. I finished it last night and I had no thoughts. Nothing in my head. I literally, you saw the recording, that was when I finished it. I had to shut it off, the recording off, and just sit for a bit because, wow, she really knows how to write a good ending. Like, one that makes you just like, I had no words. I literally had no words. You're in my shut. Oh, so yeah, wow. Loved the book. The only gripe that I do have with this book is the witch's perspective, and just that whole timeline. It took me out of the book completely, so I ended up just kind of skimming those chapters and picking up bits and pieces of what I may need, and then just reading the rest, because every time I was reading the witch's perspective, I got bored out of my mind. And they're not like a formidable foe. Like, I would rather have a storyline about the king and what he was doing than the witches and everything like that. So I did not read their storyline very much. I read it. But wow, the rest of the book, fantastically paced. I loved everything about it. Coming out of the second book, which I absolutely hated, into this book, this is a game changer. I am definitely going to read the fourth one. I'm going to give it a 3.75. Just because of how much I really disliked the witch's perspective in this. I think this book and Sarah J. Maas did a good job at portraying how dangerous it is to let your fears and your past just be shoved down into a corner and not addressed. That it is better for you mentally and physically to address your problems, and it's a really creative way, well, not problems, but address your trauma per se. And it was a really creative way on how to frame that, and just the struggle, like I said, mentally and physically, and how it affected Selena. Very good. I really liked where Selena's character is headed. I really liked the growth that she came to in this book, and the relationship between her and Rowan is fantastic, and it's such a fun training. It's so fun. Their banter is great. I loved every single minute of it. It was absolutely fantastic how their friendship formed, and I just can't wait to read more about them. So thanks for watching this video. That's the end. 3.75 stars. I'm gonna go read another book. I'll see you next time.